Good morning, Collective and Soul Tribe. It is Baby Friday, okay? It is Thursday, April the 23rd. I hope you guys are having a wonderful, wonderful day so far. I will be doing a mixture of tarot and oracle messages for today because, as I mentioned to you guys yesterday when I did my readings outside, I said that I was going to maybe do 1 or 2 videos for today. And you know, I'll try to make it a little bit long enough because I won't be posting as much as I will like I did yesterday because I have errands and things that I got to do. So I will give you guys 2 videos today. One will be tarot and oracle, and then the other video will be my own personalized deck for, you know, for anybody who wants that reading as well. But yeah, let's jump right into it, okay, guys? I hope you guys are doing well today. I hope you guys are feeling wonderful, feeling fabulous. Even if you're not feeling good today, that's okay. Allow yourself to go through your emotions. Allow yourself to feel, you know, how you feel. And then tomorrow's a brand new day. And tomorrow's Friday. So, you know, why be negative, you know, until the weekend? You want to be free, right? You want to release that negativity or that, you know, inner thoughts or whatever it is you got going on, right? And I know sometimes it's easier said than done, but it is nice when you're able to get through the day or get through whatever you're going through and have a peace of mind, right? So let's jump into it, okay? It's right now, it's 8:52 a.m. while I'm doing this video. Okay, guys, so it doesn't matter where you are in the world. If you live internationally, if you live in Canada, cool, all right, my Canadian folks. But if you are living in other places, please keep in mind that time does not really matter in a sense of if it does resonate. Keep in mind that everybody lives in a different time zone, but certain angel numbers may show up. You may see certain signs, synchronicities, things like that, right? And also keep in mind too that the time zone is different. So even if you see this video after the fact, doesn't matter what time it is, just know that messages can be timeless. Sometimes people resonate with messages that have been posted years and years and years ago, and it can still hit home and resonate, okay? So let's see what you need to know, okay, guys? So Spirit, what messages do you have for the collective at this time? What do they need to know? What clarity and understanding can you give them at this time? And I have the manifestation playing in the background. So as you guys know, I've been trying to play these in the background, hopefully to see if, you know, if this will help you guys a little bit. If you don't like listening to them, at least hopefully playing it in the background and also doing the messages, it will help manifest, you know, whatever desires that you guys want and things like that, okay? So first 2 cards is King of Swords, okay? Now, for some of you guys, when it comes to making a decision with logic and reason, there's something about your energy. You may have high standards, right? But there's something about your energy where you are a natural leader, okay? Doesn't even matter if you have Gemini, Libra, Aquarius placements. I mean, it could hit home, it may resonate, but there is something about your integrity, okay? And also willing to speak the truth when it comes to your power. Now, some of you guys may resonate with this too because there's a difference between Western and Sigil Vedic astrology. And I did talk about this the other day as well. So there's something about that where even if you're one sun sign in Western astrology, you could be another sun sign in Sigil or Vedic, right? So you may resonate with this, with the number 14. There's something about the way that you show up, okay, when it comes to your energy, and you are showing up as someone when it comes to seriousness. You do not play when it comes to your energy. And you know what? That's good, okay? Why would you want to play around with your time, your energy, your essence, okay? Especially when it comes to money. Some of you don't play when it comes to your money too. And you may have people who try to play in your energy when it comes to money. It's like, you know your worth, you know your value, and it may show up like that you have high standards, okay? And maybe you do have high standards and nothing is wrong with that. A lot of people will think that you're, you know, very high maintenance or, you know, there's a lot to deal with because the fact that you show up for yourself every day with or without help just means that you are divinely guided to step into whatever purpose it is that you're supposed to. So we have judgment, okay? For some of you guys, you could have went through judgment, okay? This could also talk about receiving justice, okay? But you are going through some type of rebirth, okay, transformation. Again, Pluto energy is very significant with the number 20. 20 talks about, you know, being in divine partnership. Okay, divine timing could be significant. Twos may resonate as well when it comes to partnership, but you are ready for a new beginning. Okay, with 14, that also talks about, you know, you going through some type of foundation shift. And this could be also dealing with truthful foundations. You could be actually connecting with someone in your energy that you and this individual, whoever this is, you may have truthful foundations or connections with this person. There's something about seeing eye to eye in a situation, okay? And even when it comes to, you know, air placements, right? You may have, maybe certain months may resonate because right now we're in spring. So there's something about the next season. So Gemini season could actually be significant for some of you. Something could be happening within the next few months. But sword energy talks about minutes, okay, and hours. So there could be something that could be happening with, whether this is like in the next 14 minutes to 14 hours, or even with 1 and 4 equals 5. And with judgment here, 5 also could represent change, right? So something could be changing in the next 5 minutes or 5 hours also. And this may not be when you only see this video. This could just be divine timing, like I said, okay? So let's see what else shows up. And Pluto talks about, you know, death and rebirth and all that good stuff, right? So let's see. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? Thank you. Yeah, death. You guys are going through some type of transformation with the number 13. This is definitely talking about you guys going through like a rebirth, right? And reclaiming your power. So I did say something about death and rebirth. Okay, that's very significant. This could be also about patterns, right? 4 talks about stability with angel numbers, but this could also talk about domestic matters, right? This could also talk about your emotions, your foundations. Parents could be significant and like guardians, right? Roots, connecting to your inner roots is also significant. So you guys could be going through some type of change. Now, Pluto in Scorpio could be significant. It may be a generational thing. It may not, okay? Not everybody has their Pluto in Scorpio. So that also could be significant. But just the energy in itself with Pluto and Scorpio showing up at the same time is very significant. You are the Hermit. Okay, ninth house, 9 in general. This is about wisdom, divination. You are able to go within yourself, okay, and see a lot of things when it comes to seeking the truth and also inner wisdom. It's almost like just because you're not, you know, out and about and you're not always, you know, being very like braggadocious about everything, it's almost like people assume that you don't know what you know, maybe because of the way that you look, maybe the way that you carry yourself, but you can't judge a book by its cover, okay? Like, there's always this energy where you can meet somebody on the road, whether they are rich, poor, homeless, whatever the case is, even homeless people too. You could bump into somebody who lives on the streets, right? And they could have so much wisdom and so much, you know, understanding and knowing about the world and people. And that's because they've gone through certain things in their life that made them learn lessons and go through certain cycles, right? So judging a book by its cover could be very significant with judgment. You could have had someone who judged a book by its cover when it comes to you, and you were still able to go within yourself and say to yourself, well, if this person thinks I'm this way, why is it that my energy is different with other people? So there's something about a connection too with the number 9, right? This is about also completion. It's like you can go within yourself. Some of you guys are humanitarians, you guys are light workers, so it's easy for you to go within yourself. It's easy for you to heal people just naturally without doing anything. Just showing up is your energy being healing, right? So some of you guys could be balancing your resources at this time, okay? This is about being adaptable and flexible during the face of challenges and change. Some of you guys are stretching your resources or trying to stretch your resources, okay? And that could be very difficult too. But you know what, guys? You're trying, okay? At the end of the day, you're trying. Despite what is going on in your personal life or, you know, what's going around you, you guys are trying the best that you can by trying to manage your time and multitask, okay? And prioritize what's important to you. Hermit energy also talks about being the light, okay, in dark places, or shining a light in dark situations, okay, which allows people to find balance, right? Or actually it helps people to be adaptable, and that could be confirmation, right? So we have 10 of Swords energy, okay? This is about, you know, like I said, deceitful endings, or just deceitfulness, you know, endings, things like that, release, transformation, okay? You guys could have dealt with somebody who may have their sun in Gemini, okay? But even if this is not you, right, this could be about your energy when it comes to survival, okay? Healing, letting go, learning lessons when it comes to despair, okay? So take what resonates with that too. It's like you could have went through a lot of situations with number 1010, okay? And that could be very significant. 1010 could be significant when it comes to 10th house. You are releasing and going through a transformation. This could be about career. This could be about success. This could also be about building long-term goals, okay? For some of you guys. For some of you guys too, this could be about also stepping into your masculine energy. So even if you are the divine feminine, it doesn't matter. You could have divine masculine energy about you, and that could be significant as well. I don't think any other card wants to show up, but I'll see if I can still get maybe one or two out of this deck. If not, I'll just move to the next deck. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? Thank you. Yeah, so thank you. 2 cards. Thank you, Spirit. That's exactly what I wanted to. Okay, wow. Sun at the bottom of the deck and Page of Cups. Okay, this is really good energy. So yeah, like I said, 10th house, success, 19. Okay, 19 talks about completion. This is Phoenix energy. It's like you are raising or rising above the ashes, okay? Becoming the sun is significant. Joy, light, okay? Inner child energy, okay? You have this energy about you where you can embrace your intuitiveness and also your creativity, okay? So take what resonates with that. We have the world, okay? The world is very significant in the tower. So yeah, there's something about things changing in your favor, right? If you may have felt like you were left out in the cold, Spirit is saying no. There's a reason why things happen for a reason, okay? It's not that you guys were alone. It was the fact that the universe was allowing you to be in hermit so that you can open up and receive the help and support that you need from other people that genuinely mean that, okay? Or genuinely want to. So this could also talk about even if you were going through hardships, right? There's a positive change. You guys are going from recovery when it comes to loss, right? And also when it comes to overcoming adversities, it's like you guys are welcoming this new feeling, okay? You may have Mercury in Taurus, you don't have to, but 5th house, like I said, could be significant, or 5s could be significant. This could be about, you know, creativity, dating, joy, okay? Things like that, self-expression, right? You are getting new ideas and new opportunities, okay? For some of you guys when it comes to your resources. So definitely take what resonates with that. This talks about your stability and having prosperity in whatever new beginnings you guys are trying to move forward. This is also talking about Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn energy. So there is something about, like I said, with balance, time management. You guys are, you know, balancing your resources. You guys are finding time to do what you like to do, but also find time for yourself. And that is self-love, right? So some of you guys could be receiving a new opportunity. This could be new resources. Okay, this is new security. Whatever this is, you guys manifested this new energy. 1 also talks about independence. It talks about, you know, you stepping into something that allows you to focus, right? And give you this trailblazing energy, right? So a lot of this energy talks about things that could be happening within the next few days to weeks, okay? For some of you, it could be weeks to months, right? But just know that if it is information, you guys could be finding out information about something that allows you, I guess, to plan a little bit better, right? For the next few weeks to months, okay? So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time when it comes to their journey? What do they need to know while they're on their journey, on their path? at this moment. Clarify the messages for them. Thank you. Yeah, okay, perfect. Spirit is saying to keep going, you guys. So definitely you guys need to keep going. Okay, there's something about your gratitude that is showing up at this time. So that is why Spirit is saying to keep going, because regardless of what it is that you're dealing with or going through, you always show gratitude. You always show gratitude, love, okay, respect, that kind of thing, right? And that's very hard to come by. Not everybody has gratitude for the little things in life, right? I understand that life can be really hard. I understand that we all want, you know, everything that we desire, okay? But a lot of times it does take a little bit of patience. It does take a little effort. It does take a little time, you know, and energy in order for these things to show up. So again, if you were doing the inner work, or if you guys are working towards doing the inner work, remember, everybody's timing is different. Everybody has grace and ease when it comes to their path. Not everybody has their path figured out right away, and that's okay. And some of us that do, we still don't know everything, okay? We're not supposed to know everything. That's the whole point of our path. The point is to be able to move forward and trust the universe and know that everything is going to be okay, even if it doesn't even look like that, okay? So you guys are going through some type of transformation. This could be a really good transformation. This is about your intuition as well. You guys are either following your intuitive knowing, or you guys are speaking up on certain things that your intuition already knew. Okay, so take what resonates with that. It's like you see a lot of things that are hidden, especially with the world, right? You could see things from, you know, from a higher perspective, whether this is like dark energy or light energy, you're able to see both. And that is also why a lot of people may be scared to be around your energy, because they know that you'll read them like a book, okay? We also have the process. So while you're still working towards your journey and goal, if you notice here, there's like a pencil and it's like someone's drawing or writing, right? This is your energy, right? That is why Spirit is saying to keep going, because if don't stop, right? Keep going, because you're about to reach where you're supposed to get, okay? So like I said, this could be energy when it comes to worldwide. This could be anything, okay? And I like how that card just flew out. Okay, we have change, okay? So the world, right? The world energy is very significant. Also, when it comes to moon cycles, right? You could be dealing with certain things when it comes to moon cycles. Some of you guys, when it comes, oh, that's a lot. Some of you guys also, the sun, right? This is luminary energy. There's also this energy too with, I always talk about this, okay? So yin yang energy. You may resonate with yin yang energy. So there's something about that balance as well. Okay, so take what resonates with that too. Okay, we also have nature. So some of you guys could be going out in nature, okay, and that's allowing you to feel whole with yourself at the bottom of the deck. All right, guys, so take what resonates with that too. That could be also clarity, okay? Being out in nature is also significant. When you're out in nature, it brings a lot of change. Also, when you guys are in nature, it almost feels like you guys are more intuitive, right? It's like you're connecting to basically to source, or having a divine reset, right? So take what resonates with that. So Spirit, what other messages do you have for the collective at this time? What else? Thank you. Ooh, okay. Ooh, anger. Okay, guys, so not sure whose energy is this, but someone in your energy could be upset. It's not funny, but it's funny, because it's like, how are you upset at the collective if the collective is literally minding their business, trying to manifest, trying to literally do everything under the sun to get what it is that they want in life, okay, for themselves. Okay, guys, someone could be angry, okay, about your process. Someone could be angry about the changes that you've done or made, okay, but there is something about anger and frustration where somebody in your energy could be just mad, okay? Nana boo-boo, like... I'm sorry, my Aries moon is talking, so ignore that, okay? Like, literally nan and a boo-boo, okay? Because it's, like, too bad, okay? So some of you guys, when it comes to this energy, someone's angry because of your sweetness, okay? That is so funny. It's like, wow, you're mad at somebody because they're sweet or their energy is sweet, okay? So take what resonates with that. You could have somebody evil eyeing you or bad minding you, okay? But your intuition knew already, and that could be significant too. You could have said something to somebody somebody, and it's also frustrating them as well, because it's almost like while you're moving forward on your process, you don't care about who's not in your energy anymore, because you've released and let go what you needed to. Okay, yeah, peace. Okay, peace. Okay, some of you could have dealt with anxiety. Okay, for some of you guys, and hunger could be significant. Now, this could go both ways. Some of you guys, when it comes to your hunger and drive, okay, you have this solar energy about you that's like, I can. Okay, if you notice at the bottom of the deck here, the sun also showed up, right? So it's accurate when it comes to clarity. Okay, now, when it comes to anxiety and hunger, there's something about maybe you guys, and this could be trigger warning too, some of you guys could have dealt with anxiety and now you guys are working through that. And even when it comes to mental health, I don't play like that, okay? As much as my readings are about, you know, also entertainment purposes, but also educational as well. Sometimes we all know that when we need that extra push or help, we must seek it, okay? So if some of you guys were dealing with anxiety, I don't joke about mental health. Obviously go and seek the help that you need to get to help you. But if you guys were managing it on your own, be proud of yourself, because a lot of times people take medication for it, they need therapy for it. And if you were someone that went within and you were still able to get through that, be very proud of yourself, because it's not easy, you guys. Okay, it's really not easy. And if someone says to you that it is what it is, they're lying to you. Okay, I don't know what it's like to go through anxiety in that sense, but I would never judge somebody who does. And I would never judge somebody who has a disability or something that makes them different in the most unique ways, okay, in the most beautiful ways. So there is something about that where you could have dealt with that. Hunger could be significant. Maybe you guys were dealing with hunger issues as well. I'm not going to get too deep in that, because that could be very triggering for some people in the messages. But if you know, you know, right? But hunger could be significant. Now, this could be your drive, or this could be, you know, health-wise, right? And some of you guys are getting through this, right? Moving past this. Yeah, fear. Right, you guys are moving past this fear and releasing that, right? So whatever ideations that other people may have of you, or just in general, you guys are moving past that. You guys are illuminating your light. Like I said, you guys are changing and moving forward, and you guys are going through flow, okay? Also, being cautious. While you're in flow, you're being cautious about the people in your energy, but know that your energy, when you leave, it's like a ghost, okay? When you leave, you may ghost people, or you're like a ghost. It's almost like people may feel like they have you, but they don't, okay? You could be connected to like unseen energy too. That could be significant. But there is something about your energy. It's like a ghost. It's like if people did you wrong in the past or did certain things, it's like karma is haunting them, okay? So take what resonates and trust. Yeah, trust, okay? Confidence, yeah. So again, you guys are moving forward, like I said, with this energy, okay? Let's see what else shows up. But you could be making people upset because you're sweet, okay? You bring a lot of peace. You're sweet. You don't bother anybody. You don't harm anybody. But when it's time for you to speak up and say what you need to say, you will say it. And that's why people may think that you're fake, because it's almost like you can be nasty nice, right? And not in a bad way, but it's like you can be really kind and sweet and, you know, rainbows and lollipops, but then you will also show them that you're the bull, okay? So that could resonate for somebody as well, okay? It's like you're the bull, you're the ram, okay? You don't take crap from anybody, okay? So yeah, storms are very significant. You guys could have went through certain storms, okay? Take what resonates with that, with the number 21, right? But there's something about your karmic path, okay? So again, with the number 21, 2 talks about partnerships. This is about harmony and balance. If you were dealing with situations where you were the one that was trying to bring peace, balance, and harmony, you could be dealing with people who think that they were, but they were just bringing in more like chaos and whatever the case is, right? And drama. Now, you could be going through a storm, or you could be the eye of the storm. Or even if there is a storm, there's something about going through storms and challenges, like I said, and still being able to come out on top 10 times better, right? So 3 talks about your creativity. 2 and 1 equals 3. This is how you express yourself, okay? You may help people through their storms. That's significant. 1 talks about independence. So if you were in a dynamic where you were dealing with groups of peoples in 2s or 3s or 4s, You are now moving forward into your own individuality. You are standing alone, okay? 8 talks about, you know, your power. This is your karmic path, okay? Stepping into your power, this could talk about leadership and things of that matter, okay? So at the bottom of the deck, you guys are protected as well, okay? You guys are protected when it comes to your path, what you guys have going on, okay? So yeah, there's something about storms and karmic path. You don't care to show your shadows, okay? You will, you know, you will hit those shadows when you need to, okay? And that could be scary for other people because people are scared to, you know, touch on their shadow side, but you don't care. You will show them, you know, you like, I'm kind, but don't play with me, okay? This is you guys. You guys are very strong, powerful, individual type of people, okay, with the number 43. So yeah, 4 talks about stability. Like I said, 3 talks about you being able to express yourself. 4 talks about, you know, building long-term, you know, things, right? So you guys could be working on something that is being built in the background, or if people can see that you're building something when it comes to, you know, not just you, but everyone around you, right? 7s are also significant for somebody as well when it comes to inner knowing. You guys have an inner knowing about your path, right? And this could also talk about people that are close to you. This could be partnerships. This could be romantic. This could be business, right? But you guys are going through a transformation with the number 19, right? This is completion again. Like I said, you guys completed a cycle that nobody would be able to go through that cycle except for you, okay? As crazy as it may seem and annoying as it may seem, that path that you went through was built for you, okay? You know how you meet people and they always have something that's going on, and you always look at that person and say, damn, I thought my life was crazy, but how do you manage, right? That is significant, okay? A lot of people may look at you and say, I would not be able to go through what you went through, okay? And if people say that, oh, it's a walk in the park, guess what? Sometimes the universe will play games, and they will make people suffer, unfortunately, the way that you had to go through what you go through, just to prove a point that, no, what the collective went through was not done in vain, and you're not going to, you know, act like what they went through was a joke, right? So that is why it's also good to be very careful about what you say and how you say about people's, you know, lives and things like that, okay? Affluence, there's something changing when it comes to money, okay? Abundance is very significant. Your path could be very significant too. Whatever path you're taking, it is safe for you to go on that path with the number 3 or 30, okay? For some of you guys, like I said, you guys are going through a transformation, so it is okay for you to go on that path, okay? Not everybody will be able to follow this path that you're on, but it is safe for you to travel, okay? Travel could be anything. This could be mentally, physically. This could be by car, by boat, by air, okay? This could be anything. This could be astral projection as well. But know that you are safe to travel, whether this is you going your north node, west, east, wherever you're going. It's safe for you to travel, okay? You guys could be getting more information, okay? More clarity, okay? Also, listening to your intuition, okay, is very significant. So yeah, you guys are getting more information while listening to your intuition as well. But it is safe for you to travel, okay? It's safe for you to move forward. I'm going to get one more card. Yeah, guys, you're ready. All right. At the bottom of the deck, we have improving health and peaceful resolution. I love this for you guys. Okay. I love this. Turning anything negative into a positive is called transmutation. I love when you guys transmute your energy for whoever this resonates with, and, you know, be proud of yourself. Okay, guys. I know this journey is not easy. I know every day there's always something, but like I always say in my videos, it's like, as if we're not going through enough crap, why be negative, okay? It's like, I would rather pretend and be in la la land in my own bubble than to sit here and be miserable all the time. It's like, it's either I'm gonna die of stress because of the fact that I'm always stressing about something, or I can be happy, okay? Even if I'm going through the most, I can either choose, okay? So there's something about choosing between either being negative Nancy or being happy. And you guys are choosing happiness because you're like, if I don't know what's gonna happen. Some of you guys could just rather just be like, I'm just gonna go with the flow. The universe has my back. It is what it is. I'm not gonna stress about anything anymore, okay? And not only that, health reasons, right? Like, you don't want to stress yourself unnecessarily and bring extra stress now because of your health. So that is why when it comes to, you know, calming your nervous system, walking, going out in nature, even if you don't like working out, okay, just doing something to get your body moving or your mind stimulated. Like, I've been doing like little art pieces. I think, hold on guys, let me see if I can show you. All right, guys. The reason why I say these things is because some of you guys could be very artistic, right? And into art. And I've been making these from scratch, you guys. So this is why I'm saying, like, do what you need to do, okay? Like, I made these from scratch. I went to the dollar store and I got a little canvas. If you guys can see, I'll put my initials on this one, sorry. But yeah, like, as you guys can see, like, I literally went to Dollarama, okay? I got some, what do you call them again? Acrylic markers, right? They're water-based acrylic markers. And I did this, right? Because I'm like, you know what? Let me do this. Let me create some funky stuff, right? With some motivational, you know, words and things like that, okay? So some of you guys could be into art in that sense, like doing things like that. And not only that, I think I might go to Michael's, okay? And get like a better quality one. So yeah, guys, do what you guys need to do, okay? I'm gonna end it here, but thank you guys for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys as always. And follow me on YouTube and TikTok, okay? My website is www.mysteriouslyunique.ca, where you guys can book a reading or just check out my blog. But thank you guys as always for the love and the support. I appreciate you guys, and I hope to see you guys in the next reading. All right, guys? Love you guys so much. Bye.